show with us here. So we're gonna start by saying hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful, and it's sunny out there.
Yes.
So-
Look at this glow.
All the southern looks.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. Okay.
I'm so happy.
Oh, it took a long time though.
I know, right? I did not want to do this. I'm just saying I did not want to do this. So whatever result you get, deal with it.
So we're gonna start by saying, I don't want to say your name yet, you know?
Okay.
I want to start by saying, present yourself. Who are you? Like, what's your name?
All right. My name is Mélisandre Gracia. It's a French name, but you may call me Melissa. I don't have an issue. Just don't butcher my name. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm actually a writer right now. I'm writing a book concerning emotional abuse and how to come out of it. I actually have an Instagram page that you can follow. I believe you're gonna put the details down below. Please check me out, follow me. And yeah, that's about it. That's who I am for today. Maybe tomorrow I'll have another role. We'll never know, but hey.
I like that. I like the fact that you said you're writing a book. Listen to me. When this book come out, make me be the first one.
Okay.
The first one to read it,
She has been pushing me to get this book. Like, I have a lot of people pushing me to get out this book. It's on its way, people. Everything's good. And what we're going to talk today, I'm not going to talk about the subject of my book, but actually we're going to talk about how to deal with social media with actually people that you can't handle, or people that you're trying to take a break from, or, well, maybe not the snitches, but they, you know, if you have snitches in your life, you need to double check your life, okay? But actually annoying people, or people that you just want to take a break because you want to work on yourself, how to deal with social media. That's my subject today. Go ahead, girl. Ask me the questions.
That's amazing. But before we go to the subject, I like the fact that you're writing a book about emotional abuse. You know?
Yeah.
And it's amazing because the first video that I posted was about abuse.
Yes.
This is like a subject that I hold dear, but without going any further in details, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the subject.
Okay,
Can you
perfect.
please repeat it one more time? What are we gonna talk about?
All right, so the subject today is actually going to be concerning how to deal with social media with people that you can't actually unfollow, unfriend without hurting feelings, but still having a good relationship with social media. Let's just say it like that. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because there's a lot of people coming at me, asking me questions. How do you deal with people on social media? They're posting things, you have issues, they're family members, you don't know how to deal with it. If you unfriend, you know that they're gonna be hurt, which is weird to me, that you can actually be hurt by digital friendships. But, you know, we're in this era now that, you know, relationships are dear, either real or virtual, okay? So you have to deal with it. We adapt.
That's good because social media is such a big part of our lives.
Yep.
And I feel like it is one of the things that destroys relationship a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because once your friend posts something, you have to go ahead and like
Yes.
do it. It is good to do so, you know. But sometimes it's like a lot of pressure. But let's talk about how do you deal with social media exactly? Like, how do you put it like straight into your life? How does it affect you on a daily basis, really?
Okay, so let's just look at social media that way. Okay, social media is like your personal TV on your phone, on your computer. You have channels. The people that you're actually following are like the channels on TV. Now, let's just say that you have a cable company. Normally when you have a channel that you don't like, you just say, I don't want this channel, give me something else that I like. Same thing applies to social media. And you need to learn how to use social media in the right way so you can have the positive stuff on your feed and not just be the slave to social media. You're supposed to be the master of social media. This is how it's supposed to work.
So what you're telling me is because you have to take control.
Absolutely.
So basically, it's started by who you're choosing for your friends.
Exactly, but sometimes how many of us actually have friends that we've never actually spoken to, and they are on our Facebook, they are on our social media. It helps with the numbers of followers and whatnot, but sometimes you just don't want to deal with what that person is dealing at that point. They're posting stuff that you don't want to deal with. You don't have to, but I'm going to show you a way, or I'm going to talk about ways that you can deal with that without unfriending them and hurting their feelings. Here's the thing. I used to be the type of person, personally, that I found it dumb for me to attach so much emotions on virtual relationships. So for me, if I friended you or unfriended you, it didn't matter. For me, it didn't mean anything. And it took a lot of growing for me to understand that people actually attach feelings to it, and I was actually, how could I say that? I was helping them go in a negative vibe because I necessarily did not attach any emotion to virtual feelings, right? So what I actually did, I learned, you can pause this, go ahead, take the remote, girl.
So yes, to proceed.
All right, so what I learned in my process, in my growth process, is actually that yes, you are responsible for what you do, but you're also responsible for how you make others feel. And you don't necessarily have to hurt other people's feelings to actually go through your own process. There's other ways. So step one, I'm going to talk about the social media, Instagram and Facebook. And those are the two major ones. I don't have any tricks for Snapchat. I don't have any tricks for Twitter. Instagram and Facebook is just plain enough. Before they didn't have, they didn't have the, I don't know how to say it. They didn't have the option to unfollow a person but still remain their friends, which now in 2020 it exists. So you can use this to your...
Yes, you can.
Now you can, but before you couldn't. So before I used to unfriend people left and right and be like, I'm done with you.
Listen, I love doing that, but though on a personal level, this is like on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I accept someone's friend request, I don't really go there like often, but I go.
Okay.
I go.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because that's what the news is. That's what the sauce.
Okay, the sauce. Okay.
But I'm the type of person, if I go on my feed, I don't like something, I block you. I don't.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't have to block anymore. The tips that I'm actually gonna show today, you don't have to block anybody. You don't have to tell them anything. You just unfollow. There's a button on Facebook. It's called unfollow. If you look at a post and you're like, you know what? One post, okay, let me just try to see. Maybe it was just a joke, but it goes on, and you're like, I don't want this. Like, I don't want to eat this every day. You can just click on the little right. Is it the right?
I have no idea.
Anyways, there's 3 buttons, or you can go actually on the profile of the person, and then you click on unfollow, not unfriend, unfollow. Once you unfollow, what that means is that that person is still your friend. They can still see your posts, but on your newsfeed, you're not going to see anything from them anymore until you go back on the profile and actually follow them.
That's amazing, but there is one problem though.
What
about the ones in your inbox that be like, especially like I'm Haitian, okay?
Yeah.
And they be like, salut bébé.
I get those too, boo. Believe you me, there's an option for that.
Y'all gotta stop.
Listen, you need to understand. You will never stop the it's chérie. It's never gonna stop. It's gonna happen.
Salut ma belle.
Salut ça va, and it's a hey every 2 weeks, and it never stops, and you never respond, and they continue. It's gonna continue that way, unfortunately. But I have a way to deal with that actually. So on Messenger, once you get a discussion or somebody that you don't want to deal with, if you slide just a little bit, well, I'm on Android, so I don't know how that works, but we'll figure this out. If you go on the option of the discussion, you can go actually ignore messages. Once you do ignore messages, it moves that conversation to another place called message requests. So that way, once it's getting message requests, you literally have to go see what it is by yourself. It doesn't pop out in your messenger. So that person can talk to themselves for years. You don't check nothing. They can't see if you read anything. There's no read receipt. You're done and you continue on your way.
But the thing about, like, do we really have me? I have to tell you straight up.
Okay.
I ain't got time for that. Oh, this is like a whole process.
Okay.
I like the fact, to me, everything is so simple. Anyone who bothers me, you get blocked.
Okay.
That's how it works for me.
Okay. And that's where I was too. Let me just tell you, I understand you. I've been there, boo. I get you. You block everybody and whatnot. But here's the thing with life. You can't go through life without connections. You don't know how that person is going to help you further along. Don't burn all of the bridges for no reason. You don't need to reply. You don't need to see it, but you don't need to block either. You don't know if your next husband or your next connection is a friend of this person and you've been blocking left and right. Like, everybody has friends and family that you can get in connection to. And that's the thing. Once you block people, you stay with the same people over and over again. That person is going to go through a process. They're going to grow. They might change in the future and get in contact with you, and actually you're going to be open to have a connection. Stop blocking left and right. You don't know if that person is supposed to be a blessing in your life in the future and you blocked it. You don't need this in your life. Like, I think you want to go a little bit further. I don't know. You need connections. Like, people with money, they know people with money. Like, stop blocking the peoples. You know?
That's actually tough. That's actually a lot to swallow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot, but how do you do it?
Okay, for me, I took a day. You don't understand. I took a day. I have about 2,000 friends on Facebook. Most of them I don't talk to. I have a lot of etisheri and bebe, and then I have a lot of toxic people that I don't want to deal with. Okay, I don't want to deal with. I'm done with that relationship. I'm done. So what I did in my process is actually went through all of that list. I took a whole day because it takes a long time. And there's an option on Facebook which is a restricted list. You take everyone and you move them in the restricted list. What a restricted list is that they can only see the public posts that you post. If you choose the privacy to friends, they can't see anything. They're in restricted. So they don't have access like everyone else to your post or anything else. They don't have anything. You block the access that way. You choose, oh no girl, no, you were not. Go ahead. All right. Messing my whole thing. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, okay. The restricted list. So I put everyone on restricted list. Then afterwards, I took every single person I did not want to see or anybody that was connected to them, and I unfollowed everyone. I don't see you. If I have an issue with you, I don't see your post. If I have mutual friends, I don't see their posts. Like, I don't see posts that they can post stuff about you. I don't see nothing. I'm happy. I'm great. And your life goes on afterwards. You know what I mean?
But that's like a lot of information because I didn't really know. It's not like not really. I did not know about this.
I know. There's a lot of people that don't know this.
I don't, but to me it's always like I said.
Block.
It's always been easy.
Block and unfriend. I'm like, block, delete. I feel you. I've been there, but once you understand how social media works and that you can master and control it, you find other ways to deal with it, and that's the beauty of it. And it's the same thing with Instagram. You can do the same thing with stories. You can mute the stories and the posts. You don't see any posts that they post. You don't see any stories. It's not going to pop out. The only thing that you're going to have access to is if you actually go on the person's profile, which is kind of contrary of what you're trying to do, and you're going to see everything. But if you don't do this, you don't see nothing. You don't see posts. You don't see subliminal messages. You don't see nothing. You don't see nothing at all.
So the message is anything that's not good for your life.
Clean your feed, clean the house, clean. Listen.
What's the how do you say? Associate. We have associate for everything. Associate in masquerade. It's like the little masquerade. She's giving you right here.
It is. It actually is.
Because social media can make our life like difficult, you know. It's just a phone. Like the person, most likely you're stressing about someone that don't even know you. You don't even
Exactly,
know.
and then you
If
have
care
feelings
about the
bubbling
person.
inside of you for people that don't pay your bills.
Oh my God.
Why? But like, I mean, they don't pay your bills. They don't bring nothing to your life other than zang, other than gossip. They don't bring nothing to your life other than you're at home and you're mad. Why would you want to live your life mad? Why would you want to do this? Like, clean your feet, clean it.
We're going into 2021, 25, 30
Listen,
soon. We
it's
can't
time to
be doing that.
clean it up. If people want to talk to you, they'll come to you. You don't need to follow every single step of their life like that. You don't have to.
That's amazing, and oh my God, it's such a pleasure that we can talk about this today.
I know.
It's been so long. I tried to get her to be here like for a long
For real, she
time,
did.
But it's amazing, and we would like to see you again.
Oh my gosh. Maybe,
Talk
maybe
about
not.
so many
We don't know.
things, you know?
But please give your followers my deets. I'm probably going to put a little something to show you how to do it on social media in a couple weeks from now, a little worksheet that's going to be on my website. I'm just going to set this up so you can know how, and you don't have to do the research by yourself because I did it. So let me just help, a little followers here and there.
That's amazing, and we're happy to have you here. So today, that's it for today. Do you have anything else to add to tell people how to live your life peacefully with social media? Do you have
My
anything
gosh,
else to add?
listen, you need to understand that you are the master of your life. You are the master of what you see. You don't need to see things that you don't want to see. And we need to stop this nonsense that we need to be friends or we need to do all of this nonsense. You don't have to do all of that.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. So,
Another
Thank you.
thing I wanna say, you don't have to reply.
you do not have to listen in
Yo.
real life. Okay, now you open another door. Give me 1 second. So in real life, okay, we're talking about virtual life. We're talking about computers here, and
Yes.
people are having an issue. So in real life as well, you don't need to reply to everybody. You don't need to talk to everybody. If someone is not paying your bills or bringing you forward or bringing you closer to God, like, why are you replying for? Ooh, this is my jam. Listen, you don't. But I'm so sorry. But that's it. That's it. You have control over your life, and you're not a slave to what happens around you. You have much more control over your own life, and it's time for you to own it.
So basically, guys, the bottom line is, don't let social media be like a point that's because life, there is too much already. There is too much we're dealing with to let someone who don't even know you, or someone who does. Sometimes the people who does, like, I don't really like what you heard. You don't have
You
to.
don't need to like.
And you
Listen,
don't have to reply at the end of the day. Someone gonna say, "Hey, boo boo, hey, small sweetie."
you don't need to.
That's
You don't need to
small sweetie,
get.
I got this sherry.
You said small.
Small-
shit. I'm done with you, girl.
Small
Like,
sweetie.
girl, I can't do
Small-
this with you. I can't do this with you. I'm done.
All the t-shirts, you don't have to reply, okay?
You don't need to do
you
nothing. You just ignore. And if it gets to a point, some of them are crazy now. In 2020, they actually call you from Messenger.
Oh my
these
God,
these one I block
yes.
because I don't have time for this. Like, I can't
They
have
be
a call
calling
from
you.
Nah,
No, there was
those
one
the
that
people.
texted me that said, can I call you? I'm like,
At least he texted you. Me, it's some people that just come. You look at the
Yes.
thing, it's Messenger, it's someone calling you video chat. No, boom. Like, we're not doing this. This I block because you don't respect my privacy. We're not doing this.
so let's not live 2020 in a stressful life, okay? Let's make it easy for us because life is beautiful. Let's just live beautifully, you know? And what else you want to add?
You're more powerful than you think. You actually are more powerful than you think. That's my final words for the day.
So basically, guys, thank you very much for tuning out into this beautiful lady and to this beautiful video right here. And we have this beautiful lady here.
I know,
Remember,
right?
once
Oh,
the book come out, to read it because I'm really interested, and we'll talk about this. And we're probably gonna have our first interview here. You never know. Not you never know. You gotta be here.
Okay, fine. Like, obviously, I made a vow in front of camera, so
Yes.
we'll
So,
do this once
you.
again.
That's amazing, and we'll have her. She said she will be there. Like one.
I said it.
So thank you very much, Mel, for coming, and thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for having me. I'm super happy. Thank you. Thank you everyone for listening to me. Follow me if you wish. If you don't, you'll see me again. It's okay. Thank you.
Follow her. She's amazing, and she posts positive things. And
yes.
Follow her page, you know. And I just want to say thank you very much for turning on our channel one more time. And you know, we just started. Thank you very much for our subscribers and the new one. Welcome. And we just want to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye.